You guys, you guys, you guys, you guys. All right, so we're back, I think. I hope this episode's going up. I did a test run where I ran all the way to like the building over there, and I was like, wait, this is different and new. I don't think I've run this far before without the game crashing. And so I was like, wait, it's working! So hopefully that continues. Also, I gotta relearn how to play the entire game, but you know, it's a shooter. And it was never a particularly hard one, so the fact that I went and did something else for like 45 days shouldn't be that huge of an obstacle. Anyway, we were in the middle of trying to negotiate any kind of decent outcome for these warring factions that honestly kind of just need to realize that there are more allies than enemies, because everyone outside of this planet just sucks so much that like they need to just stop fighting amongst themselves, because like they're the only people that have escaped the world of, you know, this area. You know, I'm pretty sure the game crashed by now when I was coming in before. Alright. Well, that's not good. So my strategy of, it's not working. Come back in like 2 months and see if it starts working again. Seems to have paid off. Yeah, the low effort. Not completely low effort, because I did also try to troubleshoot it for a while, and was like, I don't know what the fuck to do about this. It's just not working. Like, what the fuck do you want from me? Eventually, we got here, so that's nice. You guys get to be the first to die in my reunion tour. Whee! Hello.
I'll keep it down.
I guess there's our way in. The bottling plant. That was the funny thing about this whole problem, is like I've been here before, so that's why it was so weird that I couldn't get here again. Like something that loaded in was crashing the game, clearly. That was true before though, because there was that area on the west side of the map that was also like suddenly crashing my game when it hadn't been before. Repair my shit, please. I think I've just generally been here before to all of these things. Hi! How you doing? Man. You go out bad if you face my crew. It's just not a good end. Maybe just leave the planet. Hear a bunch of rumors about people dying horrible deaths while accomplishing nothing that they were hoping to do. Dying for nothing, essentially. Maybe we should leave this planet. Nah, it won't happen to us. What was that noise? Damn? Nope. The cost was but a pittance. Welcome to Rizzo's Employee Monitoring and Human Resources portal. Here to assess your progress, grab a can of Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. Sit back and learn how you can sweeten your career. Note, all employee reviews are property of Rizzo. Misuse of data may result in fines, loss of employee perks, and negative reviews. Zora Blackwood. Zora is a top-notch sawbones with a good head for working under pressure. She knows how to assimilate large amounts of detailed information to make quick decisions. Her competence and decisiveness have allowed her to restore more than a few limbs and digits lost to carelessness around the machinery. Recommended for Employee of the Month. Cecil McClure. Cecil's enthusiasm for Rizzo's products is unmatched, and he displays an impressive knowledge of company products. He's exactly the kind of worker we need to keep out at our storefronts. Do not promote beyond store manager. Export executive review for Blackwood, Zora. Doop. There we go. Area's actually gotten dense with these points now. Do a little review. Provided, yeah, it's not happening now. Yeah, this is the main objective. That ship crashed. We got the important stuff out of it, and they're fighting over what to do here. This is great. Convince the MSI and Iconoclast to negotiate. There's a chance for peace between MSI and the Iconoclast, but you'll need to convince their leadership to go along with it. Before Sanjar is willing to negotiate with Zora, he wants to see her employee review. Retrieve it from Cascadia, bring it to him. Zora's already set, so that's really all we needed. That's what we came here for, was just that just now. Go figure, huh? That's all that ultimately was. This entire playthrough was on pause for like a month and a half because I couldn't reach that terminal and press that button to download the employee recommendation that Sanjar wanted for Zora. Well, Sanjar, here we go. Please do not introduce a new game-breaking crash in the middle of Monarch. Please. Let that be the last time that that happens this playthrough. I would love to just not crash ever again, please.
Any luck bringing the Iconoclast to the bargaining table? I don't like the idea that they'll be trying for that module while we delay.
I found Zora's review. Here.
Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified.
If it weren't for her, I'd wager the Iconoclast would have died off a while ago.
All right. I'll have Celia organize a meeting in neutral territory, the old OSI church in the ruins. Meet us there, and we'll discuss terms.
Very well. It's happening! It's happening! Seems like I should just go for a walk myself here. Can it be a good ending?
Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead.
At this rate, it feels like this will be like the one place on this goddamn galaxy that gets a good ending. And the only one. I guess we'll see. Oh my god, standing side by side. This room's just sort of set up like a debate stage, like it already was before this situation came up.
Thanks for coming.
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on the costs and benefits of your proposed union, but I suppose we'll have to improvise.
That's the spirit.
Gotta admit, I really thought I was walking into a trap here. I'm ready.
I get the feeling this is gonna take a while.
Sanjar, Stellar Bay's got food and walls, and my people need both. If you'll have us, we're willing to share the space.
Do you have any idea what that would cost? Why, drawing up the budget alone is going to take weeks.
What if the iconoclast just supported your supply lines?
Not good enough. I need to move a fair amount of my people into the city. We need shelter, Captain.
I'm not saying live outside, just help out in the wilderness once in a while.
Suppose some of our healthier folk could offer aid. Some of us need to stay in the city proper, though.
Well, I'll be damned. If you two can work together, maybe there's some hope for this place after all.
Truly, a compromise? I'm not sure I'd ever have heard as much from Graham.
Graham was a murderous fiend, and I'd be shocked if you didn't already know that.
I don't think Sanjar would have hurt anyone. If he knew, he didn't agree to it.
Void take his agreement. He stood by and let it happen.
This feels like one of those times when everyone at headquarters but me is laughing at something, but you two aren't laughing.
Amber Heights, you haulhead. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
What? That's not possible. Even for him, that's going too far.
Wasn't it convenient how they all just died just after blocking your proposal?
I certainly didn't think so at the time, but now that you mention it, I had no idea, I swear. Look, we were both fed up with corporate leadership, but I never guessed he'd do something like that.
I buy it. Sanjar ain't capable of hurting a sprat, even from a distance.
You can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back someone into a corner like this, and they'll say anything to get out of it.
Sanjar, you're a leader. That means taking responsibility.
Very well. I suppose my ignorance is no excuse. I knew Graham for years. I should have done my due diligence and known exactly who I was working with. Surely you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. Okay, if you're willing to house and supply some of us, I'll have our more capable soldiers help out.
Glad to hear it. I'm hopeful about this alliance.
As am I. Oh, I can feel my blood pressure lowering already.
Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. Guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
50-bit says they kill each other before the week's out. Don't know how you managed to get Zora and Sanjar in the same room.
You don't know how? I think you watched the whole process. You were there. So it's like unambiguous and shit what my process was. Well. That's nice. At this point, most things are off planet. I suppose I'm curious about just sort of warping in here and talking to them. Will the depravity never cease? That's the two of them to, yeah. That's a new poster about the two of them joining forces. That's actually pretty neat. I wonder how noticeable it is that they've integrated.
I must thank you for your excellent recommendation regarding Zora. She's most capable. Anyway, what can I do for you?
How are things going in Stellar Bay these days?
Quite well. As a matter of fact, Zora is proving most capable. You should see the way she pounds the table and gets straight to the point. It makes for some rather exhilarating meetings. I know I had my concerns initially, but your instincts were right. Zora and her compatriots have become valuable and productive members of our community. And since we're back in the board's good graces, we've got real growth prospects to look forward to. What can I do for you?
How they choose to interact with the board is going to be potentially concerning. But we'll see how that goes. That's just the overriding risk that's in the background of every aspect of every part of this game.
Hey.
Nope, she's not a talker right now. I suppose I'm looking for any evidence that any iconoclasts actually live around here these days.
In case I did not impress it upon you before, I'd like to enjoy my solitude.
Did we ever do anything with him?
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies.
Something else I can do for you?
The Yacht Club. I can always check Amber Heights. Terror from the frontier, a mysterious stranger threatens our way of life. There's still a lot of iconoclasts here. It doesn't look any different. Is Zora still here too? This is the medical area, isn't it? If I want to check in with her, I'm not entirely sure where I'd find her. This bar was the other place she would often be. Didn't see her around at the MSI either. Be a bit of a blind search. Oh well, I'll just take their word for it about the situation and see if it ever comes up again later. But it totally looks like nothing changed in the actual environment about how populated each of the two locations are. But that would potentially be a bunch of work. It's one of those things where it'd be a lot of work to like make something believable when the player is going to probably immediately leave and never come back. Because I think we're, yeah, more or less done here. Let's get back on the Unreliable. We'll check in with Phineas, and I get the feeling that up next is going to be the old people
if you're
place.
looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
Like, I get the feeling that up next in the story is going to be the location where people retire to.
Something busted, Captain? So then I says, fine, I'll pay you back for all of it, with interest.
Nice one. You must have had them quaking in their heels.
I mean, I wasn't really gonna do it. I just wanted to make him feel bad.
Pay you back with interest. I gotta remember that one.
Would have felt better if it had worked. A word, Captain?
Whoops.
Things on Monarch have really cooled off. I didn't think MSI and the Iconoclast would ever talk. Outside of shouting four-letter words, I mean.
Just goes to show you there's always a peaceful option.
Sure, and fish sticks are really made from Saltuna. Look, I won't knock the work you did. I'm sure they'll have a good cry, look through old photographs, share a pint of premium double chocolate cacao gelato. But sooner or later, things will go back to the way they were. People don't change. Not really.
That was a very specific image.
Well, who hasn't been there? Anyway, I'd hate to see you get broken up if this thing between them doesn't last.
Nice to know you care.
Hey, let's not make this out to be more than it is. Anything else?
I can't believe I wanted to shake his hand. I need a shower. Makes you wonder if being a treacherous, two-timing coward is some sort of contagious disease, or if he was just born that way.
Is this about Graham Bryant?
At first, I liked what Graham was doing. The Iconoclasts were going to change Halcyon for the better. But then, we found out Graham was behind the slaughter of Amber Heights. How can anybody so morally bankrupt lead a movement to transform the colony?
Don't go looking for role models, Felix. You're just asking to be lied to.
Don't have to remind me. Clyde was my hero for a time. We both know how that ended up. You'd never do something like that, would you? Slaughter a whole community of innocents?
Graham wasn't the one who killed all those people. He just allowed it to happen.
I'm sure Graham told himself the same thing. He wasn't the one who held the gun and pulled the trigger. All he did was turn a key. The thing is, that's all it takes. Sometimes the difference between right and wrong is turning a key, or looking the other way, or keeping your mouth shut when you ought to speak up. Let's get back to it. I need to put all this ugly business with Graham behind me.
The green room. It is eerie in there.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
Issuing sanitation ticket. Error! Refill printer paper.
We have a printer? In the now times?
Hey, Cap.
You getting along with the crew?
Oh, sure. Felix is a riot. Other day he asked if mannequins lay eggs. I told him they lay eggs in people, and there ain't no cure. I could bust into swarms at any moment. The look on his face, it was great. You know, one time, Opal and I, shit. Look at me dredging up bygone days. Forget I said anything.
I'm not pushy. Talk when you're ready.
I will.
How about now?
Hey, Cap.
I don't need no ladder. Oh, these places are connected.
Please do not leave items lying about the cargo hold.
I haven't quite internalized the layout of this place the way you would, like, say, the Normandy yet. Oh, this definitely reminds me of looking at the back room in the engineer bay. Ah. I will say I haven't missed this. The gear clutter screens of just 50 identical weapons to process, because if you don't process them, you'll be behind on your resource counts, and it's like... we could just not.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Nope.
I'll be here.
I'll take us to Phineas myself. Here we go.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Good job, Ada. Very proud of you. Doing your thing you do. Let's bring the new people along, I guess. Oops. Ah. Gotta keep an eye out for the toggles. They're easy to lose track of. I always inherently just think, oh, I'll just click on the two people I want to bring, but there's two people who are already selected each time, so you gotta watch out. No! Never touch this. Hmm? It's even a little spot with a question mark. Maybe Sam can clean up all your experiments. You know, the ones that you get just, you let just explode and fall into the grates.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting.
What's so important about these chemicals? Wait, no, I already know that. What was that about Minister Clark?
Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line.
Just tell me what to do.
Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find.
Anything I should know about this Carmen Imagawa?
You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway.
Actually, there was something else I wanted to talk to you about.
Of course, of course. What's on your mind?
Nothing, apparently. Ah! Startling level up sound. So many cysty pigs. Alright, where are we at in our skills? Wow, I have an effective intimidate score of 100 because Sam just caps that shit right out. Not persuade though. Just people are very afraid of Sam. I mean, it makes sense, I suppose. Long guns are currently at 60. I think I should go into persuade right now. We're going to the place where all these irritating board members go to retire, you know? Might want to have some finesse. Each crit has a 25% chance to reset my companion's abilities. It's a hell of an ability. I always have to double check this one. I'm like, why don't I have this yet? It's 10 dialogue skills. That's great. Oh, when you're alone. A thing I don't like doing. Being alone. Like, ah, 20% damage. Oh, when you're affected by harmful effects. I mean, next attack after killing an enemy is guaranteed crit is pretty alright for somebody who does relatively few shots, like I do. I go around with my scoped weapon and fire like once or twice per enemy, so a guaranteed crit after a kill, which significantly increases damage on the next enemy. But once again, like, you just kind of like wish the combat asked more of you, so that these kinds of like hair-splitting changes to your game balance were actually going to help you. I'm not exactly fighting tooth and nail for upgrades. because I kind of sleepwalk through combat.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
A fun one?
You're anticipating it.
Of course I'm anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident?
That's on account of your stance. You want to lean into it, embrace it, work with it. You're in control here, Parvati, not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal jerk you around. You've been around powerful machinery all your life. You're always in control, right?
I guess that's kind of like when the filler's shooting 600 cans of near molten sal tuna down the conveyor while I'm trying to tune a belt.
Here, stand like me. Just so. Hips square, lean forward a little. It's just equipment, and you're just an engineer using it.
Ah!
Okay. We'll try again later. You'll get it. I promise.
Weird. It's a little weird how she's talking like she's afraid of a gun, but I've used her in combat longer than any other character, because she's the first companion you get. And once again, it's just one of those interactions that would benefit from animations that match.
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? See you soon, Captain.
All right. She doesn't have that much more to say about that, evidently. Just sort of an acknowledgement that we're still going to keep doing the thing. Gotta go find Parvati some fancy clothes. Okay, so, Sublight wants access to this station, HRS 1084. A satellite in the outer part of the Halcyon system. Heliospheric Research Station 1084 is technically owned by the board, but has been since long abandoned. This is probably a very brief mission.
HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
If this is anything like the other place we went to, this is probably a very brief mission. Bring our two mechanically inclined people to help me with anything I might need to do to gain access to places, hack the place, repair something. Seems about right to me.
Quiet as the grave in here. We should get the power generator going again. Might cheer up the place.
Quiet as the grave in here. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll be immediately attacked. That's how places like this do. Yeah, we did a similar mission for another space station or satellite or whatever, and that was like incredibly brief. Forget about how many strange weapons I have. We're very... Are there fumes in here? I've got the icon by the... Now I've got the icon by the corner of the screen. Yeah, that was just the... I was too close to that explosion. It lingered for a while. A lot of doors don't work around here. Universal Defense Logistics would like to remind employees that there is no way responsible. Oh, that it is in no way responsible for the highly unfortunate but realistically probable case of loss of life in the facilities. Just got in a dumb headspace where every way I thought that sentence was going to play out is not how it played out. Like, damn it. Generator status active. Generator mode maintenance 2% output. Generator mode is active. Minimal functions available. Normal. Updating generator mode to normal. Disabling emergency lighting. Activating facility lights. Activating security protocols. Activating air recyclers. New laboratory scent option selected. Flushing toilets. Error flushing toilets. See maintenance logs for details. I'd rather not. Generator mode change complete. Great. We turned on the security, so enjoy that, us. Maintenance logs. View facility status report. Critical issues 1. Non-critical issues 2. Critical issues. Issue 1. A toilet in the maintenance barracks does not flush. Replacement parts ordered 1,243 days ago. That's the critical issue. Issue 1 of non-critical issues. Sensor indicate Altavite gas is leaking from storage tanks. Altavite gas is toxic to humans. Admin override. Priority set to non-critical. Management does not utilize the Altavite gas storage room. Issue 2. Sensors detect the new laboratory scent air freshener is running low. Ah, that's the most critical issue of them all. And the admin changed it to non-critical because they're fucking assholes. It's like, well, I, the administration, do not use the gas tank storage room, so I don't care that there's poison gas leaking there. It's not going to affect me, so... Repair toilet. Error. Work order already exists. The existing work order was opened 991 days ago and was last accessed 991 days ago.
Captain, I've been attempting to contact you with urgent news. However, communicational functionality was impaired due to the power outage.
What's going on, Ada? Is it that you were trying to warn me about the hostile things that were going to happen to me on this place, but you couldn't do that because the comms were down? But now that I've successfully, in an ironic manner, opened all of those things up, you now are going to tell me about the thing that I've unleashed upon myself?
A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station.
Oh.
They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. So glad we finally have this opportunity. My ship is docked with 1084. There's no escape.
What do you want?
You've been poking your nose into restricted locations. This makes my superiors unhappy. I could peel your ship open like a can of forest. But I'm in a sporting mood.
You're about to make an enemy of Sublight. Trust me, you don't want that.
Sublight? Ugh. I hate it when you outlaws organize. The paperwork for killing you would be the death of me.
Sorry. Better luck next time.
Don't apologize. This is my problem, not yours. Squad, I'm ordering a recall. There's a misspelling on orders that ought to be corrected. On the double.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station. They appear to be departing into space.
My dad used to say words have power. You proved them true.
I hate it when you outlaws organize. Oh my god. They made this whole environment and mission to admittedly surprise me. I thought I was going to go in and in the process of turning the power on and wake this place up and it would attack me and be like, oh no, a trap of my own design. My hubris. But no, it would get ambushed. And I just convinced them to leave. There's a pretty funny response though of like, oh, now I feel bad. What if we fight anyway off the right? Oh, nope, I was right the first time, never mind. Yep, I was right the first time. Hi. All right. Oh no, I've reduced my reputation with the board. The people who are actively trying to hunt me down and kill me. Whatever will I do with my reduced reputation with them? They might hunt me down and kill me. That would be tragic. I don't know how I'd cope. This was free because my scale is so high. So high. Checkpoint Alpha. Key card encoder status online. Encode key card. Hey, there you go. Am I just gonna stop getting attacked now? Messages. From redacted. Subject closing down. To station security, all. A transport vessel has been dispatched to HRS 1084. I have taken the liberty of upgrading the sensitive materials containment rating of this asset, which means you are permitted to leave with the company branded consumables, but all personal effects must be left behind. Do not interfere with the tanks. A cleanup crew will dispose of all exhausted assets in time. Anyone who requires ethical correction therapy can speak to a Spacer Care approved alienist. Personal files. Note on Guthrie J. James has gone and has never said goodbye. I keep telling him myself that he wanted me to remember him as he was outside the tank. Or maybe he was just bad at goodbyes. When I saw what was left of him, I wanted to airlock everyone who let it happen. You could have said something, James. We were never short on time. Nothing's keeping me here now. The bits aren't worth it. I've requested a transfer. I get the impression I'm not the only one. Note on Chief Kimball. Kimball thinks there's trouble. There'll be trouble once the docks run out of warm bodies. If James was around, I know he'd set her straight. Now that he's gone, maybe I could use some convincing too. She showed up next to my bunk last night. Said that if anything happened to her, her password was her daughter's name. Hope it never comes to that. Wow, what an ethical society they live under. No constant risk of horrible. So what happened to James exactly? Oh, that's my alternate way in, I guess. The security protocols. Just, there's nothing. There's no security around here. The number of times that there's like a door, but like who cares? Because right next to it is like, it's one of those. It's hilarious. Hunting rifle ultra. The hell was going on with you, dude? Oh boy! Somebody, there must be somebody else here, right? Oh, I was still within range. Step lively, the floor's got teeth. So what's the deal? Is somebody still alive around here? These are a lot of defenses. But there was a message referring to like what was left of somebody inside the tanks. Was it just their remains? Just a body? Or did somebody become something? Checkpoint beta. Security routines. Disengage checkpoint security. Thank you. Oh, you need hacking to turn it back on. I feel like I'm about to find out why I shouldn't have done that. Personal files. Log. Mama Bear. Kimball came by asking if any of the docs had been around. I told her what I know. It's been quiet. Just ask Alpha. She walked off with a spring in her step. Okay. Weird. Then she requisitioned a UDL Electrofloor 3000 for my checkpoint, and a crate of concussion mines. I guess she didn't believe me. Is she preparing for war? She's acting like she knows something the rest of us don't. Seems especially uncomfortable around the docks. Okay. So this is from back then. From like 3 years ago. Okay, the electrofloor is done. I took care of that. Alright, there he is inside the tank. Why, yes, it does look rather worrying. There's definitely something unethical going on here, which, wow. Most redundant observation to make in this game, isn't it? Wow. Somebody's been armed. Well, glad to know there's more going on here than just the attacking board crew. Because one dialogue option neutering that entire encounter definitely reduces the impact of the whole thing. It's really funny. Little human moment, though, where I apologize, and they're like, don't apologize. And it's like, aw.
Here they come.
Hi. Alright, well, this is just a lot of you at once. There we go. These guys can be kind of the frustrating people to fight because just generally not very easy to shoot them in the weak spot. It is a different challenge, I suppose, but kind of just an annoying one in that their weak spot is a weird part of their torso. I need to rememorize what every hotkey is. There we go. Instead of being a headshot you can do on the head of a guy that's just kind of always visible because heads are always, you know, on top. They have this little sparky spot. And that little sparky spot rotates independently from their head and what direction they're technically facing sometimes. And so it's a bit harder to shoot. Holding tank 002 log. Subject, Dr. Claire Pearsall. Current status, alive. Unstable condition. Stasis setting, active. Notes, subject's condition is dire. Make sure resuscitation devices are on hand upon revival. Please hold on, Claire. We almost had it this time, I swear. We'll bring you back. With love. Dr. Ava Chartrand, Dr. Lorelei Fall, and Dr. James Guthrie. Dr. James Guthrie. Current status, alive. Extremely unstable condition. Status setting. Stasis setting, active. Notes. Subject will need extensive nucleon resequencing for any chance of viable extraction. I'm so sorry it ended up like this, James. We will come back for you and fix this, I swear on it. Please forgive us. Chartrand and Fall. This one's Chartrand, Fall, and then James. So they're trying to save this person, and it was so difficult trying to revive them or resuscitate them or something that they might have done additional experiments that then led to James being exposed or poisoned or contained in this way. Oh, that's probably the first person up there. Who are you? Oh. Dr. Charles McNulty. Alive, unstable. Subject should not be revived until a method for stabilizing his condition is found. In gratitude. So they were all going into stasis one by one. Apparently trying to fix whoever first went into stasis. And then either the conditions on the ship or the process of the experiments was continually causing more and more danger that would cause them to then have to put another person in stasis while still swearing they're going to be able to fix it. But like they started off with 5 people, it looks like. And then 3 of them are in stasis. Like it's the dwindling numbers making them continually less effective at trying to solve their problems. And less effective at being able to figure out what to do as their resources for dealing with the problem only continually dwindle. And their minds are lost one by one. This is like the main chamber again, yeah. Going in circles a little bit with some of these movement choices. Priority user Kimball, I. 2 redacted, subject RE your concerns. Of course morale is low. You gave those PhDs tanks of nuclear scrambling gas and no warm bodies to test it on. What did you think would happen? They can test on each other all they want, but no one lays a hand on my squad. I'm installing safeguards in case anyone challenges that decree. Kimball. You asked that I reach out. I'm doing so. Is something amiss with the team? How's the morale? The commitment to the project? Nuclear scrambling gas. From Kimball I to Kimball A, bedtime story, draft. Never sent, I guess. Once upon a time, there was a princess who trained to be a soldier, while the other princesses got jobs at canneries and counting houses. The soldier squinted down her sights at the firing range to make sure she hit the target every time. Then one day, a not very nice man offered her a job at an ivory tower, far, far away from the kingdom. The princess could provide for her ailing father, her lovely child, and her goofball husband, but she'd have to stay locked in the tower until the doctors could find a way out. Once she thought better of her choices, the princess applied for every dismissal, but no one listened. The end. I love you, Angelica. Maybe you can write me a better ending? Give your father a hug and tell him I'm sorry for missing another birthday. Mom. Well. Security. Admin override of automechanical defense protocols. Okay. Go away, robots. I don't think there's any more to fight, but that would have taken care of them, I suppose. So I have... That's how strong it is to have these characters around with me. Yep, my hacking and persuade are both over 100 right now. God damn. That'll get some work done. So they were trapped here. It sounds like a quarantine. Or potentially because of the gas. For one reason or another, they weren't allowed to leave this place until they could find the way out. By which I mean, by which I assume means the cure. E-Chartrand. Personal terminal. Security. Unlock personal quarters. Easy. Modify systems access protocols. Insert sublight override cartridge. And there we go. It's theirs. Accessing override data. Displaying automated confirmation. If you're reading this, you're standing in the legal property of Sublight's shipping and salvage. Good work, contractor. Report back to Sublight HQ to collect your cut. Project summary. Executive Research Focus Group E177J48. Purpose: biological hybridization and assimilation strategies. Active team members: Chartrand, E. Fowl, L. Inactive team members: J. Guthrie, C. McNulty, C. Pershall, and T. What? Yeah, C. Pershall, T. Riel. The combinations of dots, of periods and commas gets the punctuation real confusing when every single name is written backwards unnecessarily. Goal: further the chimeric sciences via the targeted modification of human nuclein using strands obtained from Halcyon native fauna, aka Raptidon. They're trying to modify themselves as Raptidon DNA, basically. Alright. Strange life choice. Station morale. It has come to my attention that a culture of distrust has soured relations between HRS 1084's research staff and security personnel. Many of you have submitted requests for early dismissal. To the research staff, the importance of your work supersedes any interpersonal conflict. To our security personnel, there will be no early dismissal. You will also notice that your employment contract has no set end date. We can enjoy a discussion of morale and its impact on success metrics once the question of humanity's place in the Halcyon colony is answered. In the meantime, get back to work. Yeah, I'm sure that went over well. 3 priority entries found from user Chartrand E. Charlie. We almost lost Charlie. It takes a runaway. It was a runaway resequencing shift. Once it started, it kept going, spreading beyond the isolated tissue to a full-blown systematic infiltration. He said it was like every organ was itchy. I told him we'd ice him, freeze him until we could work out how to reverse what had gone wrong. Every time Lore walked by me, she rubbed my shoulders and asked me to take a different reading. They didn't need to be taken. It was just to keep my mind occupied. She's been checking on me every hour since. We had to put Claire on ice today. She and the others drew straws. Claire lost. The change was slower this time. At first, the resequence stayed within normal parameters. Then it spread again, just like with Charlie. Tomorrow, I'm reaching out to my handler directly. I need some answers. I wonder how Guthrie's doing. I hear symphony music from under his door. James. This log has been entered by Dr. Fowl. I had to prescribe Dr. Chartrand enough sedatives to knock out a primal. Yesterday morning, Dr. Guthrie and I drew straws to decide which of us would be the next test subject. He pulled the short one. No new developments. After all of our sacrifices, it still feels like we're miles away from a breakthrough. Access outbound comm transcript. Chartrand E. Is anyone listening on this frequency? Who is this? I'm the project lead on 1084. I wanted it. Station 1084, you have orders to maintain wireless silence until a mission end state is achieved. Executive override. Password antediluvian. What can I do for you, Doctor? The board told me they would deliver my queries about our transcription problem on the Cornelius Vanderbilt. Where are we with that? I'm afraid I can't provide an updated status at this time, Doctor. The assault cruiser should have arrived on Earth by now. My query was addressed to the Chimerical Research Department at George D. Hevesi Institute in Budapest. One of my associates will reach out when we have an update. When? Aren't you in contact with the assault cruiser? What happened out there? Station 1084. Misuse of this channel is a fireable offense, as is abusing your executive override, save in cases of emergency. Damn it, this is an Transmission ends. Executive override for user Chartrand E discontinued. Duration indefinite.
Job done. We can go home to the ship, right? I've been missing Ada fierce.
Chartrand. Sounds awfully familiar. That was the scientist from Cascadia, right?
Yep. Unethical project from the fucking cream. Unethical project from day one. But it seems like Chartrand's continued research with the... trying to piece it together now because it's been a bit... was the Raptidon face cream or whatever the hell is going on there? May have been a backdoor method for finding a solution for this problem, where their various co-workers and friends roll up here in stasis until they can be revived. So once you get past like the 12 layers of unethical shit going on, there's like a little nugget of what might have been a good reason behind what they were doing. But the actions that caused the problem in the first place should have never been taken, and the actions being taken to fix it should have never been taken.
Crew report. Nyoka is drunk. Surprise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's just what Nyoka do in general, every time. Where is Nyoka though? Nope.
No challenge is too large, no mess is too small.
Sam, you're adorable. Oh, hey. A Raptidon named Frida. Nyoka scrawled the name Frida onto this otherwise pristinely preserved Raptidon head. Where does it say Frida? A faded photograph of Nyoka and her hunter crew. Etched into the back is in a muddy red is the word Sharon. Or Charon, I forgot. That was the rest of the group. Bummer what happened. She's taking it well.